let's go ahead and get into the reading. So, Taurus for the month of March. Overall reading I have here, or energy I have here, is the Three of Swords. And this, what I feel like with this is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This can sometimes mean three people. But what I truly feel like it is the energy that I'm picking up from this is allowing your heart to break open. I feel stubbornness coming off of this card, which is funny because we are reading for Tauruses. And I feel resistance, a lot of resistance. So what's interesting is I did ask for a angels card for the overall energy, and I got play. And I love that. It's almost like you're experiencing this resistance. You're having a hard time opening yourself up, direction to go. And the angel advice card was play. So it says, "Beloved, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you will return to work with renewed perspective and heightened energy." So play. I love that. I love when we get really practical advice like that. So I'm feeling like I just want to tell you guys to just kind of lighten up. And I do feel like what I want to say to you is when you do that, you're going to allow energy to come into your life that's going to allow, basically energy for miracles to manifest in your life. So just breathe. I do feel like some of you guys are having to walk away from certain situations, and it might feel kind of like, why is this happening to me? But I actually feel like it's actually a blessing, and I want to remind you of that. So it's a good thing. So, okay. I also want to tell you too, I feel like there's some fear, and this might just be for a couple of you, but fear towards walking towards what is actually going to be good for you. But I want to say to you, utilize that fear, utilize that worry for your good. I don't know, sometimes I actually end up doing my best work, or I end up doing something that is really healthy for me when I'm actually like the most scared. So I just want to put that out there. And I also feel like I want to say to you too, those of you who have been working towards new ideas, new projects, new benefits, I feel like it's going to be very beneficial for you. So know that that idea has been divinely guided. It's been handed to you for a reason. And know that you are safe. I feel like I want to relay those messages to you as well. So, okay, so the first card I have here is the King of Pentacles, which this is you. And I do feel lots of new beginnings, new career, abundance being manifested for you. And I want to tell you this month, Taurus, to keep an attitude of gratitude. I also feel like I want to say to you, write down every day what it is that you're grateful for, or try at least to remember every day what it is that you're grateful for, because it's going to keep more of that energy flowing into your life. And I want to tell you to tame the ego, that yes, good things can happen, and yes, good things are happening for you. And what I feel like I want to say is, don't wait so much for the quote unquote other shoe to drop. Keep manifesting from the heart and stop worrying so much with the mind. In regards to relationships, I do feel like there's some fast acting, text messages, fast messages coming through. I want to say to you as well to slow down and be open to seeing both sides of the situation when it comes to a relationship, to love. I'm feeling that quite strongly, actually. I feel like you're going to need to take a more balanced perspective on your emotions this month to find clarity. So just remember that this person knows what they want, what they're willing to put up with, what they're not willing to put up with. And just remember to see both sides of the situation for what it is. Not everything is as it seems. And I also want to say, you can't always have things the way you want them to be as well. And there's a reason for that. And I also feel like what I want to say to you as well is for those of you who are in relationships and you're not very happy, please remember that there's a reason that you're feeling that way. That's pretty much what I want to say. There's a reason why you're feeling that way, and to honor your heart. This could be with a water sign person too. And I do feel like I do feel like 3 people possibly. There's some sort of scenario. And once you do feel like you get clarity on what it is that you're looking for, I do feel like there's some celebration. And I do feel, again, like you're having to walk away from something. But it's good. It's going to be for your own spiritual growth. It's going to be for your own stability. Almost like you have to walk away from something that maybe you don't necessarily want to have to walk away from, but it's going to be a good thing. It's going to cause you to be stronger, you to figure out who you are, might even be triggering your life purpose, so that you can stand on your own 2 feet. That's what I'm feeling like. Yeah, absolutely. So that you can become the Queen of Pentacles. So I've got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in your spread. This is all about practical manners, practical beginnings, becoming a stronger version of yourself. And what I feel like I want to say is nurturing yourself. Reminding yourself that you're all you need. At the center of the spread here, I've got the Hanged Man with the Change card. This is seeing something from a higher perspective, knowing that nothing is going to change in your life without something moving or budging or looking at something, being seen in a different way. And I do feel like once you're able to do that, it's going to push you into an energy of being able to manifest something new from a place of love in a very practical way, if that makes sense. And I do want to remind you that you and only you have the free will and the freedom to create your own happiness. Yeah, this is seeing something from a balanced perspective, allowing yourself to come from a place of giving and receiving, not just giving and not just receiving. Balancing that masculine and that feminine energy inside of you. Yeah, in regards to this new beginning, I definitely feel like you already know where you want to go. I want to say to you, let love be your driving force. Come from a place of love always. And this will help you manifest in a very practical way, in a very practical way. Enough with the thinking. I do feel a lot of overanalyzing, a lot of overthinking, a lot of feeling like, oh my gosh, everything is awful. And again, I feel like it's just your thinking that's driving you crazy. It's not the actual situation. And this is in regards to you becoming a more independent version of yourself. And this is very much what I feel like you are being called to do this month, Taurus. Very much so. I want to remind you that you do not need anyone or anything. Everything that you need is inside of you. So just remember that. I feel like I want to encourage you to meditate as well. I've got the 10 of Swords here with the growth card next to it. And this person has just thought themselves to death. They're done. They feel, stabbed in the back. They're tired. They're exhausted. Their thinking is just driving them nuts. And I just looked at the clock and it said 11:11. So, I definitely feel like this is you. But what I want to remind you of is that you can get all the clarity that you need from meditation. You just need to allow yourself to get into that quiet time. I feel like I want to encourage you to write down in a notebook the signs, symbols, shapes that you see when you meditate. And if you have a hard time, quote unquote, focusing during meditation, which you don't necessarily have to focus during meditation, it's just allowing yourself to get quiet. I do feel like I want to suggest binaural beats to you, or, listening to meditation music while you sleep. I just feel like you really need to expand your consciousness in order to gain some clarity this month. Yeah. So that you can become the magician and manifest exactly what it is that you want into this world. Absolutely. So big message for you there. And I do feel like I want to mention solar plexus chakra as well for self-confidence. I do feel again like some of you guys may have some really good ideas that could come into fruition for you if you just allowed yourself to follow your intuition and not so much the mind. So if you are feeling like there's some sort of new business idea, new entrepreneurial idea, I want to tell you that all is well and that it's a good idea. You should allow yourself to move forward with it, but you have to get a grip on the thinking and see something from a higher perspective. So, and I want to tell you as well that you're going to kind of have to let everything die and fall down. I've got the tower here. That doesn't have to do with being your authentic self. And everything that's not serving you anymore. Because I feel like it's going to lead you on this path of movement forward when this happens. And it's a good thing. A lot of people see the tower as a bad thing, but I see it as quite a good thing. It's relinquishing everything that's just not serving you anymore. Old ways of being, doing, thinking, so that you can open yourself up and be reborn again in a place of truth. Yeah, but you've got to be able to see what it is that the universe is trying to offer you. So I definitely feel some stubbornness coming through this month. What I want to say to you is don't focus so much on what you perceive to be going wrong or what you perceive that you don't have, or focus on what it is that you don't have so that you miss, what the universe, what God is literally trying to hand to you. Just remember that there really is no greater goal than to love. And I feel like I want to say to love yourself and to open yourself up to new opportunities and a new way of being and living. So I am going to pull 3 cards from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphin deck by Doreen Virtue. I love the practical advice that these cards have to relay to us. And they always seem to come at like the perfect time. So the first message I have for you is helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. Awesome. I think that card speaks for itself. And the second message I have is stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. Absolutely. This is what I was saying earlier, where I felt like what seems to be like an injustice is actually a blessing for you. So please try really hard to keep an attitude of gratitude. Keep your mind and your thoughts positive. See something from a higher perspective, and allow yourself to step into manifestation mode. I just really feel that strongly with you. And the third message I have, break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. This is kind of what I was saying earlier when I pulled that tower energy. I feel like what I want to say to you, Taurus, is allow what's falling and what's going and leaving your life to leave. And I do feel like this is old ideas, old ways of thinking, old patterns. I just want to tell you to try something new and allow yourself to break open, and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And really, I feel like I wanted to say, allow yourself to break open. Try something new. I'm also going to pull 3 cards from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel cards. Please keep in mind that this is just whoever it is that you're thinking about at this moment. And the first card I have is Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. What I really feel like with this card is, I love this right here. Extend your lighthearted energies to others. Just be light, be loving, focus on the positive, stay optimistic. When we're in an attitude of enjoying and letting joy into our life, it just kind of opens up the floodgates for more joy to come into our life. The second message I have is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this might be a little bit of what I was touching on earlier, is if you're in a relationship and you're not feeling so happy, it's definitely time for you to discuss your feelings with each other. And if you're trying to open yourself up to a relationship and you're having a hard time opening your heart and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, this is also very applicable. It never hurts to have heart-to-heart conversations and to always come from a place of love. The third message I have is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So absolutely, I mean, you had break free and then you've got free yourself, you've got the Tower. It's just time for some change. I feel that very strongly for you, Taurus. And what I want to say as well is, I love that this says free yourself. You know, it's time for you to be your authentic self. It's time for you to speak your truth. It's time for you to focus on you and what makes you happy, and, you know, allow what's trying to fall away so that you can have more love in your life. Okay, I am going to go ahead and pull a Ascended Masters card for you. So if there is a specific question or something that you've been thinking of, you know, you can definitely think of that now. Or if not, be open to whatever comes out. Oh, very cool. So I actually ended up getting crystals for the Ascended Master deck, and it's Eponia or Epona. And I will read the description from that. And I do feel like for some reason, if you are being called to serve and you've got some sort of idea, and you are being called to be like an intuitive healer, or your intuitive abilities are coming out, I feel like that's a great card to get. It says this card comes to you as a sign that you'd benefit from working with crystals. Epona, the fairy queen, knows the value of connecting with the spirit of nature. You can find or purchase crystals and metaphysical bookstores, or at metaphysical bookstores, spas, and gem shows. Hold each crystal to know whether it feels right to you. Carry or wear the crystals throughout the day for healing, protection, and increased intuition. You can also add the crystals to your bathtub water or place them on your bedroom nightstand or beneath your bed to connect on an even deeper level with these remarkable gems. Additional meanings for this card: crystal children are involved in the answer to your question. Your life purpose involves working with crystals. You have a connection to the elemental realms. Since Eponia is a patroness of horses, this card may signify a message about a horse or horses as well. So very interesting that I got crystals as your guys' card, but